Hey, turn me up just a little bit. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Can I talk to you? Yeah. Can I share with you? Yeah. Something personal. Yeah. Where I've been, what I've done, who I am.
Yeah. We got Anthony Lofties from Tennessee. Hi, Anthony. Woo!
What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Welcome. Let me go down a little bit because I'm a little bit sitting up too high. That was kind of fun. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good Monday so far. I'm glad everyone is tuning in. Hello, everyone. Waiting on you like you were checking the mail, child. I miss you going live. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Auntie Michelle. Hey, Auntie Gwen. I see y'all in here. Come on in the room. Hey, Gloria. How you doing, baby? You doing good? So, let's go ahead and get into this. You know what we have to do. Everything on this channel, everything on this video is alleged for entertainment purposes only, and everything is in my opinion. Make sure you go ahead on there and follow me on Snapchat. Drinking the alcohol before I can hear. Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you become a member right now. Also, my book is available on Amazon. I get bullied too, and I'm telling. Also, my album is available on all digital platforms. And if you're looking for a smile makeover, hit up Dr. Roger Cooper. Use AL23 and you will get 30% off on your smile makeover. We all know what we are talking about today. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Thank you for everyone that tuned in to Love and Marriage Huntsville NDAs and DNAs. Love and Marriage, I am Knuff. And Love and Marriage Season 10, Episode 3. Now, I don't care what y'all say, I'm still enjoying Love and Marriage Huntsville. Marcus Burns, you're doing a good job. Hey, Alonda. Hey, love, how you doing? Guida, Jazz, how you doing? Dear Reed Talk Show, how you doing, love? Robin, it's good to see you. Usually part of the replay game, but here I am catching a live. Love that for me and love that for you too, love. You got a cute picture too. Now, let's talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what's so funny? Before I get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm going to say this again, one more time. All right? Y'all ready for it? Put a 1 in the chat if you ready for what I'm about to say. I'll wait. Put a 1 in the chat if you ready to hear what I got something to say before we actually start this commentary. I'm not settling. I am not going to settle. Not going to happen. No. The answer is N-O. No. Not interested. Not interested. No, thank you. No, thank you, Miss Mamas. I'm good. No, ma'am. Nope, not today, not tomorrow, not next year, not the next hour, not the next second, not a second or another minute, not an hour or another day. Smoking Norfolk. Not gonna happen. Don't let these people have y'all food and say they unbothered and stuff. Nope. Baby, I'm not going to settle the same way Trump ain't trying to leave that White House. Nope. Not on my watch. I'm good. Save that paperwork for somebody else. Not working over here. Y'all better find real people to represent y'all. Stop getting your friends to do it who don't practice this type of practice now. That's all I'm saying. Find real people to represent you. That's it. Who actually know what they doing? You wrote a check that your ass can't cash. Anyway, hey Jacqueline, let's go ahead and start talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So it picked back up with Patricia, aka Trish, Ken, and Marquez. Ken, I got one question, and this is, I don't know if y'all caught on to this, but he walked in with a hat. Where is the hat at? Can y'all tell me where that boy hat go? Because I was trying to find it. I said, hold on now. Somebody said, why is Anthony back? Because I am. Because I am. I'm back. But he came in with a hat, and he did not leave with a hat. Where is your hat, young man? Ken, Trisha, can y'all please let us know where that hat is? Because I swear I looked high. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. I searched all over and I couldn't find that hat. Somebody said Ken smacked it off. She said they got the tussling. I wish they would have showed that clip. Cameraman, don't point that camera to the other angle. I need y'all to have that camera over there. Y'all normally film in 2 to 3 different angles. Somebody got that angle, so y'all should have put that in. So I don't know if y'all gonna show that on the reunion. Y'all try to say we're not gonna resort to violence or whatever. Y'all could have showed the little clip. They got the scuffling. I heard until you said that, I didn't even pay attention to it. Yes, if you go back and look at that, I'm like, hold on, what a young man had it. Now, what'll be funny now, Ken? If you wear that hat at the reunion, I'm gonna laugh, okay? Just saying. Trish, you should work out in that hat, okay? Anyway, but what's so sad, I'm looking like, baby, your own son had to grab you. You said your son is your savior. Your son trying to stop you, trying to say, Dad, let's go. And to be honest, I was trying to look and see, like, does this little boy got a microphone on him? No, but that's his necklace. I said, okay, they got the tussling. Okay. Moving right along. It went to Kimmy and Maurice. Kimmy and Tisha, they're on the phone. Kimmy made tea and nothing but tea when they was out there by that little fire. Kimmy said up her and said, babe, I'm not going to be drinking with my husband. He already got a DUI. He got a dismiss. I'm not going to be the cause and the factor of why something else happened to this man. So she said, baby, we're going to drink some herbal tea. That's what Kimmy said. She said, I'm not going to give my husband no type of substance that's going to make him go to sleep unless he's going to be in that bedroom at that time. Yep. So, Kimmy, good job. I give you a clap for giving Maurice some tea. Give him some water, okay? Anyway, Kimmy brought up the family business, and she said that the kid doesn't want to work with Maurice. Dang. And watching this episode, I can understand why they don't want to work with Maurice now. I can understand why he now looks at Marcel as a father figure. But we'll get on to that in a little bit later, all right? But I feel like you're talking to a brick wall when you talk to Maurice. There's no talking to him. That's just my opinion. Maybe Maurice, maybe that's the attorney in him, but Anyway, Kimmy said Jaylen doesn't look at Maurice as a father figure. To be honest, I don't know if Maurice is really hurt by that. My opinion, y'all, I honestly don't think Maurice cares. From watching this conversation, I'm like, I don't really think he cares if he is or if he's not a father figure to Jaylen. Long as his son is okay, Monster doing what he's supposed to be doing, that's all that matters. That's what I got from this. I could be wrong, but watching this episode and watching his posture, his body movement, all of that stuff, his words and the butt, I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, moving right along, excuse me, to the Fletchers. Nell talk about Chris about getting more stars for the daycare. I understand that. Nell, go ahead and get that money. Get the daycare to where it needs to be. All right. So you mad Destiny said that she needs to reevaluate their relationship due to her inviting Sonny. Now we are finally getting to the bottom of it between Nell and Miss Nell. Because I was under the impression that they was getting into it because of the age of her saying that she was 42, and Miss Nell was saying, no, you didn't tell me that. I did tell you I'm 42. Why would I lie about my age? Like, that's what I thought it was about. But now they're going all the way back saying that Destiny felt a certain type of way, saying she need to reevaluate her friendship with Miss Nell. And to be honest, Miss Nell, I don't blame her. It's almost as if you're playing both sides, but at the same time, all of you all are getting a check. Everyone is getting a check on there. So at the same time, Destiny, you have to understand all of y'all filming that show. You all filming that contract. If production there wants Sonny to be there, she got to go along to play along. She got to go up there and invite that girl to be there anyway. But at the same time, Nell, you did quite a few things by asking Sonny about having a baby, inviting her to the party, and something else, I guess, with Destiny, so I can understand her saying, you know what, I need to reevaluate this friendship. I get it. So somebody said, I think he felt some type of way because it was discussed out loud. I can see that. Maurice only cares about his image and Kimmy taking care of everything else. Okay. Random, I want to see some of their scenes with the... You know what? I want to see they scene. The only scene I want to see is that interview with Arian Martell and that girl that's from across the tracks. I want to see that in AI babies. Now that'll be funny, right? Right by the lampshade. Until you say, oh God, I read it already. Right, I agree with Destiny and Anthony. Yeah, I kind of agree with Destiny. So anyway, Nell Fletcher. To be honest. A lot of people may disagree with me, but you're starting to replace the person that's no longer on the show with the way you're acting. And I'm like, come on now. They got rid of the trash already. We already let that go. Now you're coming on and somewhat repeating the situation. Okay, we all know that Chris Fletcher done cheated, and now it seems like the cycle is about to continue with a different person. And I didn't want Nell to do all of that, but I'm looking like, girl, okay. Hey, Dominic, hey, love. Anthony, laugh my ass off, Anthony, and all of them would drink from what you said. So, anyway, we done with the situation about the Fletchers, Nell, all that little stuff or whatever. It goes to Kimmy, Tisha, Trish, and Nell. They said Destiny was out in the TikTok streets. Now, y'all let me know because I don't follow Destiny like that. I think I follow her on Instagram, but I don't follow her on TikTok. Is Destiny doing TikTok lives now? Somebody let me know if that's true because I really don't know. I don't want to say that she's not if she is, but if she is doing it, congratulations, Destiny. You moving forward. I just wish you would do something more than Madonna. That's all I'm saying. Because Destiny is a beautiful girl. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I want her to do more than just Madonna, but they may not do other stuff just because they might have to give a percentage to production or maybe on network if they end up selling stuff out or whatever. So I don't really know how that works dealing with that contract. Somebody said, I never heard a parent say each child, you parent different. I never heard it said in the way that they said it. I think I kind of understood where he was going with, but the way his wording, he could have been a little better. That's almost as if like they say that boys and girls can't be raised the same. When it comes to dating, if that makes sense, I just think he could have just chose a different set of words when he said that. All right. Destiny, she's doing TikTok. Trish talk about the fight. She told them what was going on. I say that, and I only have twins. Do you have a boy and a girl, or do you have two boys or two girls? Like, let me know, Dominique. But you know what? I kind of do. I take that back. I do think that there are certain ways you have to parent a child. I could be wrong because, like I said, I don't have children, so I may not understand the way that most parents probably understand when raising a child. But some kids that you have to raise them up a little different. Maybe how can I say it? It's not about changing the message, but changing the method, if that makes sense. So you may have to change the way you parent one of them versus the other one, depending on the level of understanding and how they comprehend certain things. Maybe I could be. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know, okay? Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Trish, she tell them about the situation that happened with Marquez, Ken, all of them. So Nell, she talked about Lance. Now I'm starting trying to figure out, so does Lance really have a child? Because I ain't gonna lie, Empress Radio did break that story about Lance and a baby and all that stuff. So y'all have to give credit to when credit is due. Empress Radio was the one who set up there and put that out there, who made the announcement. I think, if I'm wrong, so let me just say allegedly. So if she broke the story, I want to give her props. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first channel I heard it from. But somebody said I have 4 daughters and they are different individuals. True. So to my understanding, I thought that was his daughter's child. But now they're actually saying that Lance had a baby. So I'm like, so which one is it? Is it a grandchild or is it actually his child? Because if y'all trying to sit up here and say that it was a grandchild, because I thought it was a grandchild, shit, we all owe Empress Radio a damn apology. Shit. Hopefully we'll find out on this next episode, because if she was right, I'm gonna be the first one. Girl, my bad. I apologize. Shit, I thought you was just making some shit up because he said up there and said it was a family picture. But shit, we'll see. One thing about me, like I said, baby, I'll take accountability if I'm wrong about something. I don't believe in public apologies and I don't believe in public humiliation and private apologies, and I stand by that. Let's move on. Kimmy, she talks about Jaylen. Talk about that situation. Nell say that she thought she was coming to a girls' dinner, but Tisha have a lot of questions. Nell, y'all filming a TV show. Y'all have cameras. Do you really think it's gonna be all peaches and cream when you meet up with them? You should know by now. You're filming a TV show. Act like you're filming a TV show. You know Goodwood ain't gonna be no dinner. The dinner that you think it's gonna be. Come on, Nell. Anyway, Nell asked Kimmy and Tisha how they feel about the Martell interview with Ariane, and what they said about your husbands. Tisha basically answered the question with a question. Tisha said there are some things in the street. In her confessional, Tisha did say, she said there are some things in the street Nell don't speak on. Just do you. Nell Fletcher. If you watching my live, and I know production watching my live, these numbers may be low, like 86 and going on 90 or under that, but y'all know it easily build up. That's why I don't sit up here and tell people, hit the like button, hit the cash out now. If you want to give, you want to give. However, I do know production do be watching my stuff. Nell Fletcher, back down, baby. Back down. Back down, sweetheart. That's all I'm going to say. Back down. Abort. Abort. That's all I'm going to say. Abort. I ain't the one to gossip, but I am the one that's going to listen. Just saying. Hey, AK. So, Maurice felt away when the Fletchers made that comment to somebody, about them or whatever, saying that sound like Marceau and Maurice with the NDA. I'm gonna say it again. You never know what the entire conversation is going to be like, because they cut and they copy and they edit the entire scene. He could have rightfully said Marceau and Maurice might sign an NDA or get people to sign the NDA. But I do know from watching episodes, and I actually showed you all, if y'all go back to the Houston trip, when Kimmy was talking, I literally paused it and you could hear where they chopped her up on when she said certain things, when they cut it and they moved the camera so you couldn't hear her, like where you couldn't see her face, but it came back when she was saying certain words. I literally showed that. There's a possibility that they could have cut that. I'm gonna give Chris the benefit of the doubt, okay? Chris definitely said that wasn't the conversation. Like I said, I'm going to give Chris the benefit of the doubt just because I understand and I know exactly what they be doing when it comes to reality television sometimes. I'm just going to be honest. Love and Marriage Huntsville was just better off just paying me not to review the show. I'm just saying. They was better off paying me not to review this damn show at all because I be trying not to tell the stuff that's going on just because I'm trying to be a fan this season, without exposing what's really going on behind the scenes because it's so much stuff that I could say about this season right now, y'all. It's so much. It's some pictures that I could upload right now of them at scenes. And I know if I upload that picture, they gonna be pissed off. How did he know about this? Who sent that? I'm trying to do my Tyler Perry good deed. Other than no good deed. Anyway, I'm trying to help them. If I ain't gonna lie, shit. If Love and Marriage Huntsville on network want to give me a check not to review the show, shit, I just might consider. It's called Let's Negotiate. Baby, if the price is right, that's all I'm gonna say. What is it, Blinker? I just might, okay? Because you know you already had some people who tried to destroy people's channels and stuff like that, and you see that didn't work. Just saying. Yes, do the good deed. Now let's move on. Maurice and Jaylen. All right. Maurice and Jaylen, they're talking about business. Jaylen considered leaving. The best advice that I can give Jaylen: leave. Leave. I can see Kimmy having this conversation, and what I've noticed that I've talked to a lot of people who have lived in their hometowns, who are like nurses and all this other stuff or whatever, and they told me that they wish they would have left when they had the opportunity to leave. And they became so complacent and they just decided to stay there. And when I heard Maurice tell him, do you think you have to do that in Colorado, or let that boy go experience life? It ain't shit in Huntsville. It's not. It ain't nothing but a skip and a hop away. Let that boy move on. Let him go see what the world is like, what's out there in the world. Let him go. Let him spread his wings. He want to leave the nest. Let him go. The same way Tisha and them letting their son go to college in Michigan or whatever, let that boy go off and do his job. He already got a house. He got his first investment property in Huntsville. So, hold on. He got an investment property. He can go ahead and let somebody move into that property or turn it into a home for people with disabilities and get paid daily by the government or by whatever agency. Probably make $6,000-$7,000 a month if he do things the right way, and just move on from there. He can let their rent, let whatever money he makes from there pay his mortgage and also pay for wherever he moves to. Let him go. Because I promise you, if you don't, you will regret it. And you probably will have resentment for staying. But who am I? I don't have no kids, okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay. Good idea. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That shows you people really don't know what you do. Baby, I heard I work at a group home. I'm like, I work at a group home? I didn't know that I work at a group home, but okay. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Baby, I done had a lot of jobs, didn't I? I'm supposed to be working at a group home. I'm supposed to be working at a bakery. What else? Am I flipping burgers at Wendy's yet? I don't know. Shit, I'm losing count on the jobs I get. Child, it look like them W-2s gonna be hella crazy next year. All right. Maurice bring up the family business, and Jaylen was like, he don't want to do it. You can tell Jaylen is uncomfortable talking to Maurice just in the whole scene. It just doesn't feel right. Um, did Jaylen finish college? I don't know if y'all know that, but just let me know if y'all see that. And move on to Ken, Chris Fletcher, and Will. The whole conversation started talking about a puzzle. If the puzzle is, if you got a piece of this puzzle, but the puzzle don't work over here, then you go buy another puzzle, then that piece don't need to be a part of the puzzle. Then y'all just need to find a whole damn new puzzle. I'm sick of you with all them puzzles. Ken, if you talk to the man again, or if you bring him around, try to resolve everything, I'm just gonna sit up here and say y'all a throuple. Ken, I don't want to believe that, but the way you trying to make everything work between you, Marquez, and Trish, it's giving throuple vibes, baby. It's giving throuple. It's giving that you want this boy to be a part of y'all situation so bad so you can bring him on in. Trish, at least you know this person. We know this individual. We have been dealing with this person for years, so I'm comfortable with him coming into the bedroom. You already have a child, so the blood and the DNA is already in the household. So I'd rather us just go ahead and get this one right here. At least we don't have to worry about it going nowhere. It's really giving Jocelyn, Mimi, and Stevie J vibes right now. That's all I'm saying. Brittany said, I'm not sure if you said it, but Jaylen has a baby. He don't need to move out of town unless he's bringing the baby and baby mama with him. Okay, Brittany. I haven't said that yet, but I do remember somebody releasing that information. I don't know if they had somebody else's permission to do that, but we haven't heard anything about a baby. We haven't even heard Kimmy say anything about a child yet. So I don't really want to say too much unless I know 100% that it's true. So until he say something and the grandmother say something, for all we know, they could have got a DNA test if there was a child and the child wasn't even his. That's all I'm saying. But I think we learned that you can't listen to everybody who sit up here and get on platforms and say stuff that don't be true. Somebody said Jaylen did graduate from college. Both Maurice and Jaylen had okay, they sure did. You're right about that. But we can't listen to everybody, Brittany, when it comes to them giving announcements. Anyway, let's move right along. About this puzzle, I'm actually with Will on this one. You show right. Everybody don't give accurate on what you said. So I'm actually with Will on this. Will basically sat up here and said that if I was in your situation, Trish would have been left behind. I would have moved on. Trish, baby, you cool with me? I'm cool with you. But if I was a heterosexual male, I would have dumped you. Like, you coming with too much stuff. I just want to ask, can imagine how much money you could have saved. You don't have no kids. Imagine how much money you could have just saved for yourself, going wherever you want to go. Hold on, y'all. Go wherever you want to go. Be with whoever you want to be with. You're playing a father figure to some children that's not yours. And I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing, because I commend you on that. You're dealing with two women. Two women. The woman that's in the household and the one that lives in Atlanta coming back and forth with his chauffeur. Trish is a fine ass pig. Yeah, she fine. I'm not going to say the body, she's fine. But it's too much. Like, I don't understand. Your fiance isn't trying to get them to work out or to come together. If she's not trying to do it, why are you doing it? Stop pushing it. Now, I would rather you just say, look, it's just for TV, y'all. If the cameras and stuff weren't right here, I won't be doing none of this shit. If you come out and say that, I'll respect you and just say, okay, you just getting your check. I get it, bro. But other than that, it's about to be 3 women in a relationship. Don't forget the other little girl that lost her dad. True. Whew. She likes the drama. And for so long, I was trying to go with, like, I don't think Trish want the drama like that. But sometimes, Trish, it seemed like when Ken gets started, you kind of fall back. And I understand letting a man handle certain situations, but sometimes he just don't need to be in the situation at all. They don't have the door locked. Hey, Miss Till. Let's move on. But I'm with Will on this one. Trish, baby, I would have broke up with you. I don't know if the house belonged to Trish or if the house belonged to Ken. And I'm actually with Will. Will said he asked a good question. He said, is this a challenge to you? Is this a challenge to get you all to be together or be a happy family? Like, what are you trying to prove? Somebody said, did they get engaged yet? I think they are engaged. I think so. Chris Fletcher told Ken to stay out of it. And I agree. I think I said that a few episodes back. I'm like, bro, just back off. Let her handle it. Sit back. Sometimes you just need to sit back and watch and see how she moves. And if she moves like she want to handle the situation, okay, then let her do it. But if she's not trying to handle nothing and she want all this chaos to continue to come into your household and whatever y'all got going on, it couldn't be me. All right, let's go to the Scott's dinner. Jaylen telling Marcel he view him as a father figure. If you pay attention and like look back at some of the episodes and you see the way Jaylen is engaging with Marcel, it really does give that. And at first I didn't pay attention to that. What message is she sending her kids? You know what? I have no clue. But if you pay attention to the way that Jaylen talks to Marcel, you can see a vulnerable side of Jaylen. And when I typed in the pictures to try to get the pictures for my thumbnail, I saw pictures of like, who was it? Marcel, Jaylen, like they dabbing it up, like they laughing, having a good time. But you don't see that with Maurice. And this may be taking it a little bit too far, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. If Maurice is or was cheating on Kimmy, let's just say he was cheating with him, I can see him possibly treating Jaylen a certain way just so he doesn't get caught. But hell, I can see Marcel doing the same damn thing. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, Marcel and Maurice, they're not going to do everything in front of Jaylen because there's a possibility they might think Jaylen will go back and tell his mama. I could be wrong. Well, at least I am glad that there was somebody there that he did feel was a father figure in his life. And hey, Marcel just so happened to be the person. It also made me want to learn more about Jaylen's and Kimmy's relationship when it comes to her baby father. Kimmy probably just walking around like, look, I'm not going to get that nigga the clout. I'm not going to talk about him at all. It has to be something about Jaylen's father, that situation with Kimmy where she says absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing about this man. Somebody said, I saw that with Jaylen and Marcel when he started working as a manager at the restaurant. True. All right. Now, if you all have something to say, I'm going to put the link down here in the bottom so you all can come up. But that's all I really have for it. But Nell Fletcher, I'm really disappointed in Nell. I really am. As you all noticed, Destiny, Martell, they were not in this episode at all. But child, Ken, Trish, it look like they getting a paycheck from every last episode because it look like they're gonna be in every last one. Jaylen did say he didn't want to be emotionally connected just in case the marriage didn't work out. True. But if he said that, what would make him think it wouldn't work out? That's my question. Does he have any type of resentment towards Monster? Obviously, you can see that he has some type of resentment towards Maurice. How long did Kimmy know about this before she said something to Maurice? How did Kimmy feel when Jaylen actually said the information to her? Like, now I'm curious about pillow talk. What was really going on in the house? We don't want Ken and Trish. I can be okay with Ken and Trish, but like right now they're starting to work me down with the storyline. There has to be a little bit more. That's what I want to know. You and me too. Yes, he said that. Okay. Anyway, y'all, we got 128 people watching right now. I've been on for 36 minutes. What else been going on in these YouTube streets? That's what I thought. Why wouldn't it work out? Obviously, he saw something, and normally your kids, I'm going to say this, normally your children would see something in the individual before the actual person sees it, before the parent sees it. But she knows that. But anyway, y'all, thank you all for tuning in. You all have a great day. And you might see me Saturday. Hold on now. You're not, because I got something to do this weekend. You all will see me next Monday. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Bye.